All right, welcome back, guys. So here's the smaller version of the redesigned 3DP Newman motor. I got the coils wound. They came out really nice. And again, I think I mentioned this. Whenever I'm doing someone else's design, I like to do a smaller version. I cut it down by at least 40%, just so I can shake out any of the bugs in my printing process, not in the person's design. And it turned out that there was nothing to shake out. Uh, it printed, even though I cut it down 40%, everything fits perfectly. So these coils have 9 layers and about about 30 winds per each layer, maybe 40. But they each have the exact same amount. And here are the ends, the end caps. And so now I just need to figure out how I'm going to wire this guy up. What I want to do is I want to bring the wires to the outside and put connectors on them, because I don't want to connect them on the inside the way you would normally do a Newman motor, connecting this what is this? This is the finish to the start of this one, because then I'd only be able to use a simple circuit on. I want to be able to use my dual JL94. So I need to, and that's some of the stuff that I wanted to figure out. Oh, actually, this goes in between here like that. Come on. And that goes like that. And then the end caps go on like that. And then these go on like this. And here's the core that sits in there. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get everything done this weekend. I was dealing with a freaking Amazon scam artist. Tried to somehow, and I thought that the OTP security was supposed to help you out, but apparently there's ways that scammers can get past that. So I took the OTP off and I'm doing it in a more secure way, but I was able to catch them because I have all kinds of alerts set up. And of course, the OTP alerted me first thing in the morning, which told me somebody was using my account. And sure enough, they tried to buy an iPhone and AirPods. Thank God I use American Express. I've been a member with them for like 30 years. I just immediately called them up and they immediately killed the card, killed the purchase, and issued me a new card. Trying to work through Amazon was a different story. They were such a nightmare. They eventually, I eventually got through to somebody, because it's just a nightmare working with Amazon support. I tried doing it correctly through the right channels, through their fraud department. Forget it. I eventually got through and reported it. But yeah, I'm going to not only rely on OTP, but I'm going to use some of the RSA and a couple of other things. I've got some things figured out. Right now, I've got everything secured. I used to be in IT for like 30 years. So I've got everything secured now. I incorrectly assumed that I would be safe just using OTP, but no. So, lesson learned. No harm done. No, they didn't get anything. I think Amazon was able to kill the shipment. But yeah, I spent most of the day dealing with that. Anyway, back to the good stuff. I have to figure out, because I don't remember seeing in the schematic where any bearings would go unless they went in here, and because I shrunk it down, obviously they're not going to fit. So I'll have to come up with something else. I think I have, I mean, again, this is just a raw prototype. Oops. I think I have some bushings I can use. Yeah, I think I have some bushings I can use. But yeah, I wanted to print out the small one just to shake out any bugs in my printing process. And it turns out the guy did a great job fitting everything together. I mean, everything fits perfectly. I couldn't believe it. Because a lot of times when I miniaturize or I reduce in size someone else's print, things get all funky. But it worked out really good. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this together in time to go out tonight, because I really only have one day a week where I can build something, record it, and send it out to you guys, because the rest of the time I am just way too busy. This is just a hobby. I'm never trying to, I'm never going to monetize or anything like that. I probably couldn't, because I don't even have enough subscribers, but if I ever did, I still wouldn't do it anyway. Excuse me. But right now I got to go fix my wife's car. But I'm going to see if I can get this guy at least running. I did get the magnets for this, so stay tuned. All right, so this is what I got so far. Oops. And it seems to be holding together okay without even any fasteners. I was able to feed the wires out to the back. I have to figure out what I'm going to do for bearings or something that'll hold. Come on, what are you doing? Yeah, there we go. Something that'll hold the rotor inside there, because this is how it goes. I mean, I could just do it like that just to see it work, which is probably what I'm going to do. And again, this is a smaller version. It's just a prototype of the bigger one, even though I did spend a lot of time winding these beautiful coils. I'd hate to, but I'll have to figure out some bushings for this. So let me see if I could strip the wires and get it going. Had to stop the video for a second. My wife was barking, or not, she was giving me something more on the honeydew list. Yeah, so I think this is how it goes. I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. I'm not sure what the drill hole's for. Once again, I had to stop the video. I've got holes here. I think those might be for his electronics, because these don't line up to screw into anything, except these do line up to screw into the housing for the coil separators and rotor shaft holders. So let me see if I can just, first I got to get the magnets. I'm pretty sure I got the right size ones. Let me see what I can do. Stay tuned. Okay, so I realized that the magnets that I got are obviously not the right size, but they're the right orientation. So I'm just going to print some spacers to put in there. So I'll have north going up there, south going there. And then I realized I could probably just print some inserts for this rod. They would be loose, obviously, but to allow this guy to stay centered and spin. Yeah, I could print some inserts on this guy that would go in here. Yeah, and of course, this is just because this is a prototype. This is stainless steel, but it's mildly magnetic stainless steel. It'll be all right. All right, stay tuned. This is why I love 3D printing. So the magnets weren't the right size, so I just made some inserts, and now they fit perfectly. And I'm printing out the inserts for, oops, wrong way, for these guys here. Actually, it's an insert that'll fit in here and then also slide in there. Yeah. And again, this is just a prototype. Basically, everything I do is a prototype. I'm also making some little caps that fit over the end of this. And I'm hopefully making them so that they'll snap in. If not, I can just tap a little bit of crazy glue on the edge there, and that should work out okay. But yeah, that came out nice. It's got some nice weight to it. I was really surprised. There we go. Yeah, why I love 3D printing. I first just made the one spacer, and then I realized that I also had a gap there, so I just added a little L-type situation there. Love it. Stay tuned. Man, I just love 3D printing. So I made the caps for them, and they're all press fit. So that's definitely not coming out. I'm glad I got into 3D printing when I did. If I had gotten into it earlier, back in the days when you had to use glue sticks and all that nonsense, I probably would have gotten discouraged and said, no way. All right, so now I've got some other shafts, some other inserts printing, but these will go on there like that. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think these are going to work. And that guy actually spins on the shaft, which is kind of what I don't want. But I could do that and then just put a couple of these on, which will stop it from moving. Something like that. I'll figure it out. I got some other ones printing, so we'll see. I should have made... I mean, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. I should make the hole a little bit bigger so that it's tighter. That's a little too loose. All right, I've got 2 more printing, but let me go back in and make these holes a little bit bigger. All right, stay tuned. Well, since there's no bearings in there, it's making a lot of funky noise, but it is working. It's only at 7 volts. So the concept is awesome. The concept is working really good. And again, let's turn it up. It's making that noise because the rotor is floating in there. Let me turn it off. It is working though. That's really cool. So the concept works really well. I mean, I knew it would. He's not going to produce something. This is redesigned 3DP. He's not going to produce something that doesn't work. Now, it works really well too, except for my setup because I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any way to. Well, I do have a way to stabilize that, but again, I'm just. Let's see, it's 7 volts. Let's turn it up to 12. A lot of good output. Turn it down to 6 volts. 3 volts. 3 volts, and it's working good. It's not doing any output, obviously, because it's only 3 volts, but it's working good. Well, yeah, so that's the prototype. Now I'm going to print out the real one. I'm going to print out the full-size one. I may even make it bigger. I don't know. But my friend at Redesign 3DP, it's an awesome, awesome print. It printed out perfectly. And again, I'm only, being that this is set up the way it is, I'm using Sky's dual JL94 circuit, which is my favorite circuit now, especially something that has 2 coils. Oh, it works so great. But I could set this up like a regular Newman motor and just have the finish connecting to the start on the second coil. Those coils came out beautiful too. They look gorgeous in there. That's my only, not concern, but drawback in doing the larger one is winding the coils. But I wound the coils on this one. Sorry about that. Got interrupted again. That honeydew list is growing and growing. But yeah, this thing works really good. I have to figure out, just for this prototype, for the sake of it, how to get that guy to stay in the middle there. I mean, I can do it with, I've got it set up now with a couple of 3D printed inserts. Here, let's get it going again. That's only 3.6 volts. I wonder how low I can get it to go, because I think he said it'll, there's 2.6 volts and it's still going. That is really cool. 2.6 volts. Let's drop it down again. 2.3, and it's still going. That is nice. Now let's crank it up. No, let's not. I don't want it to tear itself apart. Anyway, really nice design. I really, really like it. Yeah, I'm going to start printing the bigger one, and I'm going to print it to the exact specifications so I can use whatever he used as far as bearings. I'll have to take a look and see what he used. But yeah, I wanted to get this little prototype up and running. I did, and it came out pretty cool. All right, guys, thanks for watching. All right, so I'm starting the build of the big one, or the normal size, 100%. So each half of the coil housing will take almost 3 hours each to print. That's the one thing I don't like about printing big stuff, but I think it'll be worth it in the end, because that is an awesome, awesome motor. Yep, there's the first half of the large coil. That's going to be a big ass motor. And I'm using this voxel clear PLA for the coil. And that first layer is coming out beautifully. Yeah, this is going to be one big ass motor. Thank you, Redesign RDP. Ciao.